Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Lowe and I am a master's student here at Campbellsville University in the Carver School of Social Work program, and my area of focus is clinical. It is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, and it is about 9:55 p.m. Today, my cultural snapshot, I wanted to talk about Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl. That's a very controversial thing that's going on currently on my social media platforms and in my community. I've been hearing everyone talking about it at work. Some people who loved it, some people who hated it, some people who seen the symbolic symbols that were going on, and some people that just thought it was too woke and did not think that it was the best use of a platform. So I wanted to touch on a couple things that went on in the performance, which was the beginning of the performance. Samuel Jackson came out as Uncle Sam, or Uncle Tom was the symbolic reference to that. And Uncle Tom is a slur that is used to call out a black man who people believe is too I'm trying to think how to explain it. I'm sorry. Is too in agreement to what white people or slave owners have done to the black community and the black culture. So they are submissive to a white man, and so if someone is portraying Uncle Tom, it is a negative connotation of what black men and black culture should be. So that was something that we saw at the beginning of the performance. Uncle Sam came out and saying that Kendrick was too loud, too ghetto, and all of these negative stereotypes surrounding black music, black culture. And then we moved on throughout the performance and saw other things that were happening. So there was someone holding a Gaza sign, a Gaza flag, in reference to the Palestine and Israeli war that is going on currently. We also saw a call out on the rise of pedophilia in the mainstream music and Hollywood culture. So that's something that's been ongoing with Kendrick Lamar. He recently released a song called Not Like Us, and it is considered a diss track. So a lot of people are upset that he played that song during the halftime show just because of the so-called drama and also the symbolistic things that are in the song as well, if you know what's going on culturally between some artists in the industry. Then we saw a divided America. So Kendrick's backup dancers were dressed in red, white, and blue. They were very strategically placed, forming a flag pretty much throughout the entire performance. And there were often times that we saw Kendrick standing in the middle of them that were separating the flag, just symbolic for everything that's going on in America, the divide between the people, and things that are going on here. So there was also a lot of symbolistic dance that was going on. And if I can get a video snapshot of some of that, I will. So Kendrick has not come out to say that this is exactly what's going on and what he was aiming for, but there's a lot of people that do believe that, and I just thought it was very interesting to see everything that he was able to squeeze, if that's what it is, in such a small halftime show. So I'll upload some videos or some photos so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. So moving on to this week's topic is social exclusion. I located an article that took place in Iraq, and it is about, and I'm probably going to butcher the name even though I practice, the Yazidi ethnic group in Iraq. So there were 3 women and 6 children who were kept as slaves, forced to do labor, practice Islamic religion, and who were assaulted and molested by ISIS terrorist groups. So ISIS had came over, they were in Iraq, they took over a city called, and I'm going to butcher it again, it is Raza? probably butchering that. I apologize. But they came over and they were killing the men, abducting the women and children, and forcing them to practice the Islamic religion, because that is the culture and religion that they follow, and were discriminating against them for their religion, the things that they were doing, and overthrowing their government and what they currently had in place as a governing state. So I'm not exactly sure what was so specific about this group of people, the 3 women and 6 children. I think from what I can find is that they were held the longest and not rescued for quite some time. So the woman that was the accomplice to the terrorist group, her name was not released in the article or in the court, but she was imprisoned and sentenced to 12 years for genocide, crimes against humanity, and gross war crimes. There were women that were let out, but there were several years that went by, and 2 of the children had been kept captive, and 1 woman is still missing and presumed dead. So some of the numbers were a little bit off in the article, and I couldn't find a whole lot of additional information other than that article that was posted. And one question that I do have is, if those women and children are being focused on, what about the other women and children in that area? Are they all accounted for? There doesn't seem to be a bunch of light shed on what exactly was going on specifically. I don't know if that's a lack of reporting in the area, or it's just a lack that I'm in a totally different area and am not seeing the news that's going on over there. But the article that I seen was just posted yesterday, so I am going to follow up on that, just because it seemed like a very big story and not getting a lot of attention. Additionally, with ISIS taking over, we see that in the book this week. One of the topics that we focused on was crime, religion, and war, which we are seeing all in this article that I found. So ISIS came over, and they are a focused extremist Islamic group, who then took over and wrongfully took over a region, and then forced women and children to do things that are illegal, that it is a crime for them to do that, and now they are suffering the consequences of that. So I thought it was interesting to find all of that in one article that covered our topic of the week, and how religion can cause conflict, but also can be a good thing that brings unity. So we saw a group of people who were practicing minding their own business, being perfectly content in what they were doing with their culture and religion, and someone else came in and said, we disagree with you and we are going to force you into doing something else. So just very interesting topic this week.